Average price of jet fuel was $2.50 per gallon. Typically, 20 to 25% of an airline's cost structure is jet fuel. That number is a little higher for those low-cost carriers. The U.S. airline industry uses around 20 billion gallons of fuel a year compared to the worldwide use. Keep that in mind if the price of jet fuel is even a penny higher for a gallon. That's an extra $200 million in expenses for the year. American and Delta said the jet fuel price surge has cost each airline more than $400 million since the start of the conflict. For United, at current prices, the fuel will cost the airline an additional $11 billion a year. These soaring prices have already impacted the cost of air travel. United said some fares for airlines have jumped by 15 to 20%. So all that raises the question, if you're trying to book your summer vacation, can you still get a good deal? Let's ask the expert. Joining us now is Brian Kelly, the founder of the travel site The Points Guy. Brian, thank you for joining us. So what are the trends that you're seeing when you look at the price of airfare right now?
Well, sadly, the trends aren't good for consumers. We're seeing across the board over 10% so far for this summer, and certain months even more. June and July specifically are really high. There are some decent deals in August. We've noticed as school schedules go back earlier. If you're flexible this summer, you can find deals internationally, but especially domestic travel. That's where I was shocked to see 15% increase over last year. And these are just going to keep going up as, the war in the Middle East shows no real signs of abating anytime soon.
How much higher could those prices go, do you think?
Most CEOs of airlines have said they need to go up 20% or so. They've already gone up about 10. So there's still a ways for them to go, but it's not just the airfare. International airlines are putting fuel surcharges. JetBlue came out this week. They're being sneaky. They know consumers are really particular about price on the fare, and they comparison shop. So they're tacking on higher luggage fees. So this might be a good time. Other airlines, I'm sure, will do the same, to get an airline co-brand credit card that can save big bucks if you do check bags.
But even if jet fuel prices stabilize, it could still be months before airfare comes back down, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's really interesting. Certain routes have doubled, from the U.S. nonstop to South Africa, all the routes avoiding the Middle East. There's just a huge amount of demand because no one wants to fly through the Middle East right now. And that was the top connecting hub in the world. So it's a really interesting time as some flights are just completely sold out. I flew through Tokyo last week and there were just sold out flights almost every day. So I would just say be flexible, use Google Flights, and use your frequent flyer miles. There still is a good amount of award availability this summer. If you see something decent, you can always use your miles, book the ticket, and then reprice it if it drops, or book a cash fare if the cash fares do end up dropping, which I doubt.
Last question for you. When is the best time to buy?
Now. This is not a procrastinator's summer. With World Cup coming here in June, a lot of different, the 250th anniversary of the U.S., things are just really busy. And I think a lot of people are booking domestic. So I recommend for summer travel, book now, use autopilot. It'll automatically check to see if the price drops. But, if you see something that you're comfortable with, the chances of it going up are far greater than it dropping.
Brian Kelly, thank you.